Alrighty. Set up some stuff here. Alrighty. So just takes this guy. Okay, I think I got everything set up. Alright. So we're picking up where we left off. Oh boy, it's got a jolt with him. Quick flash of the total level here. Can you guys see that? Probably not. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see that. It doesn't show me. Even if I move my camera, it doesn't show me that total level. Alright, well, regardless, let me switch back over to this one. Well, screwing everything up. Oh, I really needed to stop cooking stuff. Hold on. I'm just... Oh, I can see it. Okay. Well, there we go. You guys should be able to see just fine. Let me see if I can zoom out. That should be good. Alright, so we need to get some food so we can go do those ice trolls. I'm pretty sure I'm geared pretty well enough for ice trolls. They're pretty weak. That being said, the loot. See, you guys can't even see my rune light menu. But the loot for them, I've killed 17 so far and only gotten 2k. Not towards this task, towards a prior task, because I was doing some what do you call it? Doing some tasks before I even started streaming. In the first place, like before all this. So don't worry, no progress. You guys weren't privy to. Let's see. We need to go to Falador. What's Falador runes I need? Law, air, and water. Let me get those right now. Water, law, and air. Okay. Yoink. And we outie 5,000. Should be this way, right? That's No, I need to go all the way down here. I need to go south. I could use that, but we're just gonna go this way. And we off. Of course, we're gonna try to use this little shortcut. Yeah, sweet. So just dip set south, and we be Gucci. Oh no! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that! We actually got our alking stuff now. Got all my pots. Got my food. We should be good on stuff. Should be good. I say that now, but then, like, come to find out, it's just gonna be like I did something wrong again. As far as gear wise. I had the right ways to do it. Yeah. Oh well, I'll tell you what. Ooh. As soon as 8 o'clock hits and you hit in your 30s, man, you start getting pretty tired. I had a long day though, I had a long day at work today. It was pretty peasy at the work. Because it's been long enough, I gotta talk about it. If you guys are looking at this, to my left, this is the new pew. I'm not allowed to touch nor handle it, that's why it's sitting in the background. Beyond me. If you're wondering what it is, it's a Taurus 357 Magnum tracker model. Specifically a Taurus 627 tracker. It's actually, instead of a 6-shot, it's a 7-shot 357. And it's running a 6.5 inch barrel right now. Just picked that one up today in a trade. I went out and tested it. It shoots really nice. It has porting on the front of it on each side of the barrel at the end. There's 4 holes drilled out for ports. And I went out and tested some 38 special through it, and it was, man, it was ridiculously light shooting. Like it really did feel like comparable to like a 22 or like something like that. There was like almost no recoil. It's not a super light gun by any means, but I'm gonna try to take a deer with it this year. That's the goal of this. That's why I kind of traded for it. This Ice Warrior wants it, so he's getting it. Homie, it's on site. You want some? Come get it. Ugh. These Ice Warriors won't leave me alone. We all potted up, though. Look at that. 18. Take those coins. There we go. We might be able to do this all in one stint without having to like go back, grab more supplies. I did a wiki look, and I think the armor that I got on should be pretty decent for this, and it's seeming to work out pretty well at least. Steve, what is Steve doing over here? Man. I need to like... I think this is supposed to be the spot. Ice Warriors won't leave me alone though. They're super annoying. Give you guys a better camera angle. We out here grinding. Let's look at our stats real quick. We're at 77% for attack, 70% for strength and defense, and 89% for our health. So we are getting there. We are getting there. Slowly but surely we are getting there. Okay. Why? Fine. You want some? Come get a special. Alright. Every time I throw my special out and think it's going to do something, it does literally nothing. I know I've said this on every live stream, but I feel like if it's a spec attack and you're hitting monsters, it needs to be a minimum damage requirement. It should always land. If it's a spec hit, it should always land. Excuse me for one. Thinking that a special attack would have more accuracy than a normal attack. I get back here. God damn it. Alright. I'm gonna kill more Ice Warriors than anything else. Just all just keep falling. Whatever. I guess I'm just gonna have to like stay in a corner. Like I'm gonna have to drag all the way over here so I don't aggro anybody else and stand in a corner. See now, these Ice Warriors are already waiting. They are already waiting. And I don't even want to fight them. Hold on, let me drag you over here. No. Damn it. Dude, they won't leave me alone. They're usually like in the corner. I don't know if they changed the spot since I've played last, probably. There used to be like a nice little spot over here that they would not aggro towards you. And only the giants would aggro towards you. But it seems like they moved these boys over here to where they can aggro against you. Get as far as I can in this corner. Maybe if we stay cornered up. Nope. Oh, man. Dude, the giants are so easy to kill, but these warriors are so annoying. Is there another place I can go kill these things at? I haven't been on in a couple years, so I'm gonna check. Hmm. So I can go to a different place in the settlement ruins that have ice giants. I have to go back to my bank. Hmm. Hmm. I guess we'll stick it out here for a little bit longer. I mean, at least until I need to get food, at least, right? Try that spec attack again. 5 whole damage. Do it again. 21. There we go. There we go. Boom. See, we did it. We're down to 68. I'm gonna be honest. Don't know how late I'm gonna be streaming tonight. Pretty tuckered. I did find out that I do not have to go cut lawns tomorrow. I have to do it Sunday, so I get to relax tomorrow. I get to sleep in a little bit and worry about my lawn. Spray these pills. Forget it. Just try dragging these guys over to each other while they're still hitting me. Who is this? Beatty. Beatty. What are you doing, Beatty? Told you. I don't want to do this no more, Beatty. Get out of here. Beatty. Take my coins. Lame Ice Warriors. Lame. Out of here. We don't like you. We never did. We'll never like you. Get out of here. Boom. Done. Oh yeah. Look at that clicking. I know you guys can't see the little thing where I'm actually doing my food. Let me see if I can. Hold on. And then I'm gonna move me here. Oh yeah. See, now you guys can see what I see. As far as that goes. Snape grass seed. Ooh, we need that. Go ahead, yoink that. Let's yoink this. Yoink this again. There it smells. So we yoink these. Shut your mouth when you talk to me. I know long enough they'll de-aggro from me and I can just pick and choose who I want to beat into the ground. Come on. Start halking stuff so we can get some room in here. Boom. Let's out this sword. Nope. It's not what I wanted. We wanted to high out this. Money, money. Oh, okay, cool. Thought I forgot my defender for a second. And I was like, ooh, that no good. Yeah. See, these guys don't want the smoke anymore. They're like, nah, we had enough of the smoke. We seen what happens one too many times. Told him, I'll make you learn you something. I'm gonna learn you something. Let's repot it, boys. A little late to my pots here. Boom. Tell him you don't know what you're talking about. Gotta smack him around a little bit. Gotta show him who's boss. Dude, I am hyped for the fights tomorrow. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I am pretty hyped for the Abu Dhabi fights tomorrow. It's actually like I can finish the card and like go on with the rest of my day. It's not gonna be midnight when the main fight finishes. We're getting to see Bobby Knuckles fight. We're gonna see a lot of good fighters fight tomorrow. It's gonna be nice. I'm probably gonna watch the prelims too. The prelims for fights and like especially pay-per-view cards have been like real good lately. Like I bet if you look back, there's been more like fight of the night and performance bonuses given to like prelim fighters this year as opposed to main card fighters. I feel like maybe not, but I feel at least it's close. At least closer than prior years. And then, man, there's so many good fights coming up. Powhatan's gonna be fighting again. I think it's gonna be a different fight this time around when he fights again. He was pretty injured going into that first fight with Ankalaev, and he took it on relatively short notice. I mean, he was just getting banged up every fight. I felt like he wasn't gonna win that fight because he was so injured. But yeah, you know what? I just realized something. My chat thing isn't even here. I just realized that. Where'd it go? Weird. Okay. Well. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. Well. Got it now. Alright, cool. We're good. We're good. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. The chat box disappeared, so I wouldn't, in case anyone did decide to chat, I wouldn't be able to see it. But now I can. Dude, I cannot. There's so many good fights this next. Up to 320, there's a lot of good fights that were announced. At 320. Eat some food here. Health is going down. There we go. See how we could just pick and choose now? We don't have to like get abused by the Ice Warriors. We'll be good now. So I think I mentioned it earlier in stream, but I guess I could talk about it since there's already not really much else to talk about. The goal for this is to... I'm not sure if I'm going to mount a dot to it or not. There's a couple of mounts out there where I could mount a dot to it. I might see with iron sights how I do. There's a couple of good spots I can hunt at where the furthest shot is like 25 yards. So, and in the state that I live in is completely 100% legal to hunt with something like this. Completely legal. Deer hunt, I should say. Very clearly, deer hunt. During modern gun season. And I'm going to probably bring my rifle normally, and then I'm going to bring this as like a sidearm, and if the deer come in like closer, like that, you know, anywhere from, yeah, whatever, 10, 25 yards, I'll go ahead and probably take the shot with that thing. Because I would love to take a deer with a handgun. That'd be something cool. I've never done that before. I'd love to record it too. Getting a deer with a handgun. I think it's just cool. It's just a total vibe to me. So that's why I kind of want to mount like a dot up here. Like, you can remove this rear sight, and there's 2 different mount options that I've found, and I'm not sure which one I want to go with. So the first one is like a Picatinny rail, but the thing I really like about that mount is as soon as you remove the screw, you take the sight out, there's like a milled slot in there, right? And the Picatinny rail has a milled slot on the bottom that goes into your rear sight, but it has lumps on the side. So you can pound it into place, and as you pound it into place, it form fits to your specific firearm. To like your actual, like, it's made for that model, but even if there was milling differences between, or variations between the milling between the same model, you know what I mean? it wouldn't matter because that would fit. So it's like an ultra locked up fit, but the problem is that's just a Picatinny rail, which means your height over bore is going to be like when you actually get a dot on there, it's probably going to be about yay high. You know what I mean? Instead of if you mounted it, if you took there's a plate that you could take the slide out, and the same thing, you could put it in there in that slot, but there is wiggle room with that one from what I'm hearing, and so you have to Loctite it down, and there is potential, not likely, but there is potential for you to lose zero because it is just one screw holding that into place. With this specific model though, and it having the ports, the recoil should be less, so I don't know, it's like a safety thing. I would rather feel like the other one feels more secure to me, but then again, if I have to do that, then I'm going to have to get a separate mount, or the red dots that you can find for that with the low mount are just going to give you, like I said, too high of a height over bore. So the other one is just a small adapter plate where you can mount an RMR on top of it. I've heard of rings that can attach through these ribs though, so maybe a handgun scope. Because I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like little rib cutouts in there. And you could apparently put... They used to make a Picatinny mount, but I heard... The only thing I've heard is they discontinued it. Taurus discontinued that Picatinny mount because it was damaging the ribs on the revolver after time, but... That's what I heard. I'm not sure if that's even true or not. But there's a lot of options. Like... 25 yards really isn't that hard to hit with iron sights. It's a confidence thing. You know what I mean? I'm more confident with an optic system, like even though I've grown up with like, what is this? Read Giant Champion Scroll. What is that? Oh, well, I wanted to put these balls. Let's find out what that is. It's called Giant Champion Scroll. Whew. The Giant Champion Scroll is an extremely rare drop from various giants. It contains a challenge from the Giant Champion. In order to be eligible to receive the scroll, players must have at least 32 quest points and be on a member's world. By bringing the scroll to Lazarus in the basement of the Champions Guild, players may fight the Giant Champion. We'll see his drops in a second. And as a part of the Champions Challenge minigame, during the fight, players can use melee attacks. Note the giant. Blah, blah, blah. Note that the hill giant spawned near Shazam is a great place to set up cannons to farm kills. Okay. The Giant Champion is level 56. Wow, he's pretty weak. Yeah. Let's get this. Hold on. Bury this stuff real quick. Get this. While we fight this guy, I can go ahead and show you this. Yoink! And put this down so I can see what you guys see. Alright. Hold on. Trying to make sure you guys can see it fairly well. There we go. Perfect. So this is the Giant Champion. So we're probably gonna fight him next stream. Let's see what he drops. No, nothing good. Just do I not get anything good from him? 280 Slayer points and 280 points better. Oh. Lame. not that cool, but we got a rare drop. I mean, that's dope. But at least we'll know what we can do next stream. How many of these dudes we got killed? 47 of these boys left. I better kick this into overdrive. We're on time restraint. You know, old men like me got bedtime. Come on. So that was interesting. Maybe I can't. That's gonna be 1v1. Not gonna be bad, but it gives us something to do besides these Slayer tasks. That'd be pretty dope. Yeah, let's make some room here. Some high alch, some stuff. High alch this, and then we're taking high alch this. And then we'll put our whip back on, and we're going to drop these vials, because I don't need them. They're vile and vulgar. We don't need them. Organize, but... Organization is key. It's always key. Boom, bam, bitty. We done. Well, at least with the organization. We're not. We got a long ways to go. Alrighty. Let's see. Anything good? Just some logs. Okay. Nothing too good. How about you? What you got for me? You got anything good? Probably not. Oh, what do I want to talk about? There's a lot I want to talk about. I kind of want to talk about... So recently, I think you'd probably see with the trace of my videos, I've been thinning down my gun collection. And so when I was younger and I had a little bit more disposable income, I just bought a lot of different guns. Like a lot of different firearms interest me, and didn't matter to me as far as like, how do I explain, like the cost of the firearm. Like it didn't have to be a super expensive or fancy firearm, or you know, didn't have to be the latest and greatest. But as I get older, I'm been thinning down my collection. So what I'm doing is like, you know, trading and selling off like the ones that I don't really need, and trying to like trade up. So like example of which is like this right here is one of the reasons why I put it up. I got rid of a Ruger P95 DC, which I've had since I was like my early 20s. I bought it at a... I can't remember if I bought that one at a gun show or I think I bought it at a gun show when I was like still living up north. It's a good gun and everything. I just, you know, I had 10 round mags for it. Didn't really use it. Didn't shoot it all the time. I have so many other double action, single action guns, and I just picked up a not so long ago an HK P30 SK, so it's like the subcompact model, and I really like that gun. And that gun kind of like took up all like room for the Ruger, you know. Like if I was going to use the Ruger for anything or like the purpose, that gun would fill every role of it. So I got rid of that, and then I got rid of my SIG P322 because I was able to diagnose what ammo works for that gun and what doesn't. And the only ammo that I found was thanks to a comment. It's like the Aguila red box worked through my SIG 322, so I was able to know it was not, you know, the gun worked as it should. Other people had experienced it, so I didn't feel bad about letting it go. I got traded both of those for that guy, which I feel like I made out pretty decent. It was pretty even trade, based on the values of each gun and what I could have got for him. But I never really, the SIG 322 never really grew on me. I'm totally gonna get another Taurus TX22. Hands down, they're way, in my opinion, they're better. They run better. They're more reliable. I even said this in the video when I compared the two directly, is that I ran over my Taurus on accident. I had a Jeep Wrangler at the time with 35s, 35-inch motors on there, and I was leaving hunting one day, and it must have slipped out of my vest. And I had it deep in my vest, but I had to bend over to grab my little rabbit dog, so that happened. And then, you know, it had, you know, somehow fell out of my vest. Didn't notice it, drove away. Then I was looking for it, came back, saw my tire tracks over it, and it was imprinted in the mud and rocks. I just like wiped it off, racked around in there, and fired it, and a couple times, and it worked just fine. So I was like, yeah, and it's worked fine ever since. So. And that was it's about almost 2 years ago now when that happened. I don't suggest that should ever, you guys ever do that, but if you're wondering how reliable the TX22 is, I can tell you it's incredibly reliable. Boom. Oh, we're cooking with fire now. We are cooking with fire. But yeah, so I've been thinning down my collection. So, obviously the most recent trades are I got the Bagara in, I got the 19X, and then I got this Taurus. I don't know what else I'm going to disseminate from the collection yet. I'm still, like, the guns on the gun wall here, and let's see. You see the gun wall kind of goes on for a little while. Those aren't like my only guns. I have other firearms and I have a whole cabinet for just my hunting firearms. These are more my cool guns, I would say. It is a lion's share of the collection. I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh, I have a whole bunch. No, it's just that is a lion's share. I used to have way more, but like I said, I've been thinning down the collection, getting rid of stuff and trading and selling, and really this past like year and a half has been a lot of cutting down and getting rid of stuff that I don't really use and narrowing it down to stuff that I really like. Like if I trade it, I'm going to trade it for something I genuinely like and always wanted. Like the 19X was a big one for me. The Glock 19X, I always wanted one. It's been on my list for ages, and ever since it came out. But I never got one. One time I went to go buy one. I sold my I had an FN what was it, FN 9C. They come with a 12 and a 17 round mag, and the mag has like a plastic spacer on it. I sold that and saved up some money to go buy this this 19X that had a Streamlight TLR7 on it. That it was an FDE and it matched the it was a 7X or 7 Flex, and it matched the 19X almost perfectly. And they were selling it for $450 at this pawn shop. And I showed up, and they sold it before I got there, and I was so salty. I was not a happy camper. I was very unhappy. I was really looking forward to getting that particular one, but months down, it's probably been about a year now, and now I have one. Now I have a 19X, so. Just don't have that that Streamlight that's on there. I'll get one eventually. I'm gonna have a Streamlight TLR1 right here. I'll flash you guys. I just took this off one of my other things. I need to go put it on a different firearm tonight. Just make sure which one that was. I have two different ones. This is the one that I was keeping on my, I used to keep this one just, I'm weird for sometimes. So, like, I was keeping this on my Glock 17 law enforcement trade-in, for vibes, purely for looks. Like, I have, a bedside gun with the light on it, and then, recently, oh, Snapdragon Seed, 64K, bro, are we seeing this? Are we seeing this? I'm seeing this. What is with these rare drops? I'm living it. I'm here for it. I'm in the moment. But I took... Basically, I need to go put this on one of my bedside guns. I have a carbine and a handgun. My handgun still has a light on there. But I need to go put this back where it belongs. Because I just had it on a Glock 17 for vibes. I had a different light on there. But then I had to swap lights around. And then that currently doesn't have a light on it. I keep a... I guess I could say I keep a Scorpion next to my bedside. I keep a CZ Scorpion next to my bedside. I know that's a weird choice. Like, PCCs are not typically used as like home defense guns, but I don't see why not. Where I live, a pistol caliber is a much better option. It's either a pistol caliber or it's a shotgun. Not saying that like I'm just afraid if I elevation wise, if I were to rack off a rifle, like I don't have neighbors super close by, but the way the elevation works in my landscape, if I were to rack off rifle rounds and I were to miss my target or they go through, I'm scared it could go at like, you know, a few hundred yards and then hit someone's house. Because of the elevation, because we're kind of higher and they're kind of lower. So, you know, I know a pistol caliber, it's, you know, with that little CZ Scorpion, it's got like an 8-inch barrel. 9mm, it's a fat projectile. It's not like a 223 or 5.56 where it's just screaming hot. So the PCC for me works really. I feel like that's a perfect fit, and that Scorpion being a little sub gun as it is, like just being small, it's nice to keep doing it to the bedside. But I keep a handgun and that next to the bedside, you know, bumping the night guns. Because my natural instinct for so long is to just grab the handgun and then go see what's like, you know, prime example, there was a bump in the night last night. And I was out there in my boxes, making sure no one was in the yard. I'm sure, you know, everybody else has done that too. And thank God it was false alarm. Thank God. But yeah, that's the story behind why I have Dust TLR1 here. Did you guys see the, since we're talking about the TLR1, the Harbor Freight copy of the TLR1? It's a legit clone of it, and when I first saw it, I literally said to my better half, I'm like, wait till Streamlight sues Harbor Freight over this. And guess what? 3 weeks later, Harbor Freight is now getting sued by Streamlight, which I'm not sure if I want to call that a strong move or not. Yes, they did completely rip off their light and sell it for a third of the price. But Harbor Freight's huge and they got good lawyers. And they might lose the case off like some stupid technicality. I don't know. I feel like Streamlight, I mean, that's what you get with these Chinese manufacturers that don't really care about, you know, US IP, intellectual properties. What they'll do is just sell the IP to another Chinese manufacturer, and they produce it for somebody else, and that's how Harbor Freight got it for so cheap. So we're at 29. It's 10:51. It is possible. I might just, if we don't finish this Ice Giants tonight, I'll probably just finish Ice Giants off stream. I don't think you guys would be that hurt. I don't think anyone would be that offended if I finish these off stream. If we only have a handful left to go, because I am gonna shut it off around 9. Like I said, man, I get tuckered. But these drops tonight have been pretty lit, not gonna lie. We got 2 rare drops, which is more than I usually get. And we really have only killed, I'd say I'd do 75, and then there's 28, so I haven't killed that many. 50, roughly. Exactly, but yeah, high alk this. Boom. Oh, this guy wants it. Just gonna. Actually, no. We're gonna finish what we started. Let's finish what we started. Nope, that's it. Is there anything I could use to attack him with? Alright. I guess I'm just bashing him to death because I thought maybe I could find something, but we're just gonna finish what we started by beating him to death with a blunted object. A blunted object. Come on, kill him! There we go. Yay. Now we're back to the whip. Oh yeah. What is this? 854. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm gonna kill this last one. I'm getting pretty tuckered. And by pretty tuckered, I mean very tuckered. So I think the smart thing to do is definitely log out inside of the dungeon. We are gonna snoop this guy's sword right here because he's not grabbing it. So we're just gonna go, whoop, and then we're gonna kill this dude. You don't want that sword. You don't want them bones. I'd be taking it. Alright. Well, high elk this and we'll go to bed. Because I am tuckered. Remember what I said. Organization is key. Alright. Gucci. Walk over here. And we are going to wrap it up. So, real quick, give you guys, you can actually see it now. We're still at 1018, so not too much progress has been made. Let me drag you guys over so you guys can see this. So we're at 78. Hold on, let me take it down here. Boom. Okay, so 78% for our defense, still level 70. Strength is 77%, still level 70. Attack 85%, still level 70. 73 for our level on our health, and 95%. So we're 5% away from getting 74, making money moves. And then a prayer is 53, Slayer 51, and then magic we don't even know about. But those are the quick flash on the stats, and we'll go ahead and show you one more time. Oop, right here, show you the level. 1018, good. Seems like I did all my obligations. On that note, we are wrapping it up. All right, guys, you guys have a good night and have a good weekend, and